I've known Michael and Marty for a long time. I met them, probably 4 or 5 years ago on the Queen Mary. I had never met them before. And I was invited into a semi-private event with some very famous paranormal investigators, which included Grant Wilson from the Ghost Hunters and Patrick Burns from Haunting Evidence, and just a bunch of amazing people. So I thought, wow, pinch me. I'm in the presence of some really amazing investigators. Then they started it, and I was so impressed watching them do what they do. Marty in the corner, sketching away. Michael talking to people we couldn't see, but really connecting. I was blown away. I was speechless. And at the end of the night, I don't know if they remember this, but Marty handed Michael a bunch of sketches. And they turned the sketches around one by one, and Michael looks over at me, and I'm like, oh my God, don't look at me. And he says, this one's for you. And he turned it around, and it was a sketch of my grandmother. And I was just blown away. I'm like, that's my grandmother. And you were trying to get her name, and I think you came up with Lil or something of that nature. I said, Lillian or Lily. And he goes, that's it. He goes, who's George? I like George. And I said, well, George was her husband. And he goes, second husband? She's holding up 2 fingers. And I'm like, yeah, George was her second husband. So I said, I really need to meet with you. And set an appointment for myself for the next day. But what was really cool is my cousin Terry was with me, and I went and I woke her up in the middle of the night saying, Terry, wake up, you gotta see this. She rolled over and I said, look. She looked at the sketch, she says, it's Grandma Lily. I said, yeah, these people that I'd never met before just drew a picture of her, just like she was sitting for a portrait. Next day I went and met with Michael and Marty. First thing Michael says to me, and I don't know how, I know you guys talk to hundreds of people, but he said, so you have children? And I said, no, I don't have any children. And he said, you sure you don't have any children? I think I said something smart like, I think I'd know if I gave birth. At that point, you could see him sensing or talking to somebody that I couldn't see. And finally he says, I'm going to do what I never do. And he asked me why I was there. And I said, well, I was there to connect with Shelley or my dad. And he says, okay, now we're on track. She died on March 15th. And he knew information that no one could know. He says she's very young, too young for breast cancer, what was going on with her chest. And she had a tumor wrapped around her main aorta, which eventually took her life. And then he said, who's Alan? And I said, that's my grandfather. Ah, he says hi. Died of lung cancer? And I said, yes. And then Marty turns around and hands me a sketch of my grandfather, and the only thing missing was a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. So I thought, wow, I'm in the presence of really amazing things. So I'm thrilled that they're up here. I'm glad everybody could be here. I don't know what else to say other than I just think they're the best. The real deal. And amazing people and good friends. And they came up on my birthday.